On a beautiful January morning, as the winter sun rises just above the horizon, I'm feeling a sense of excitement to be here in Galloway. I'm James Parker, a sculptor based in Scotland, and today I'm taking a break from the workshop and taking you with me to revisit the place which for so long I called home. Here at St Medon's, where the high tide meets the land, a farm known as the Knock clings to the cliff edge. My father farmed this land, and along with my brothers and sisters, my formative years were spent here, playing in the fields, on the beaches, in the rock pools, and exploring the incredible caves. Sadly, when we were still teenagers, our father suddenly passed away in tragic circumstances. Follow my brother Graham and I, as together we look back at how our lives here at the Knock shaped our futures, and eventually we reach our chosen professions. Graham is now an award-winning hoof trimmer who you may well follow online, and I've pursued a career as a sculpture artist, which you'll know if you've seen my other videos.
Good boy.
Here you can see the remains of an old building. These are the foundation stones of a ruin which is thought to date back to the 2nd century. It was inhabited by a tribe known to the Romans as the Novanti, and they inhabited this area of southwest Scotland. We've just been walking along the top of the cliff here, and we found a lunky hole. This is quite a common feature in Galloway. A lot of the farms are mixed farms with cows and sheep, and the idea of a lunky hole is that it allows sheep to travel back and forward. This is what's known as a cheek end, and they would find a nice piece of stone like this for a lintel, and it would support the wall above.
As I remember it, James was obviously quite a bit older than me when we still had the farms.
Still am as well.
I don't know if that's true. I remember James gapping walls and diking, and I never did any of that because I was either too little or just not trusted with it. And I remember you driving tractors, and I drove a tractor once or twice, but
yeah, I remember from about the age of 4 or 5 we'd be given the quad bike, and we used to put our sandwiches in the back of it, and Graham would come along, maybe you just can't remember it, but we'd come along and we'd rebuild the wall, and the big stones that used to go in the top, if they weren't big enough, we'd leave a pile at the side of the wall, and Dad would come along later and put those on. But no, Graham, like the rest of us, was always really enthusiastic about looking after the cows and sheep on the farm. It's nice to reminisce, and you wonder if things had worked out differently exactly. What we'd be doing now. I'm not sure that I'd change anything, but it's quite interesting to have a think.
Just remember where we're going, and remember where we've been. We can breathe underwater. Nothing can hurt us anymore.
Most of the walls here at the Knock were built in the 1930s by the Irish after the war. This is a really good example of why stone walls were so effective in the southwest of Scotland. Here we have a field where the stone's been cleared off, probably during ploughing, same stone that would have been used to build these walls. It's also using up the stone and providing shelter. That's a lot more effective than a fence. You can see this is quite an unusual bit of wall because it's got a cheek end at either side. That's those straight ends that you can see, which basically points towards the fact that the bit in the middle wasn't there originally, and that was because this used to be a horse track. You can see when my brother walked away from the wall just how high it is.
We can breathe underwater. Nothing can hurt us anymore. And as long as we're together.
At the highest point in the farm, some 90 years ago, my great-grandfather built this cairn so that he could look out to sea and watch ships sheltering from the storms in the bay. From this superb vantage point, you can clearly see the Isle of Man some 30 miles away in the distance.
Wrap your arms around me now. We can breathe underwater. Nothing can hurt us anymore. And as long as we're together, it doesn't matter where we are. But I do hear the oceans roar.
Here at the Knock, I was surrounded by stone. My father taught me the basics of dry stone walling as a child, and these are skills I still employ in my work as a sculptor today.
We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care in the world. I was one rich little girl, daydreamer, kidnap me, take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot. No mistake ever kept me late.
Before heading over to Graham's channel to watch his edit, if you enjoyed this video then give it a big thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, smash that subscribe button and I'll see you back in the workshop soon.
We used to dance our way to church on Sundays. Mama set the pace, daydream.